money witch tip. Now that your purses are up off the ground, your prosperity's set up right, and you're good to go, grab yourself a bay leaf, write on it with black ink how much money you'd like, how much money you need, and why. Whatever amount of money, the actual amount on it. Carry it around with you for 3 days in your wallet, like with your cards, with your money, all of those things right with you. On the end of the 3rd day, gonna meditate once again with that, on how much money you want in your hands. Burn the bay leaf, throw it out into the wind. Be ready to, 1, work if a job presents itself, but 2, for that prosperity.
Witch tip. There's a very protective item that I rarely see being used on here and other platforms. It is one of my favorite things to use for both protection as well as cursing. And that would be this little guy right here. Witch burrs, i.e. sweet gum burrs, are the seed pods from sweet gum trees. You see them all over the ground. When I was growing up, my family always called them witch burrs. Didn't really know why. As I got older, realized grandma kept them all over the house. Keeping them around the house is said to protect you from negative energy as well as spell work, but can also be used to curse someone. To utilize them for protection, simply keep them around your house. Keep them in the corners, keep them at the front door, hang them especially, that's really good. In order to use them for cursing, well, I'm not going to tell you how to curse someone for free. I don't.
Come here. Now don't tell nobody I told you this. Because if you do, I'll call you a lie in your face. If you are needing a new home, a new house, a new apartment, a new domain, all you need is a few simple household items. A mason jar, pure sugar, a picture of the house, apartment, flat, whatever it is that you want to move into. An old key, all right? And it can be any key to any door opening. Preferably a house, but it can be any key. Cinnamon, allspice, coffee, cloves. And if you can, only if you can, this is optional. This is not a requirement. If you can get some dirt from that said apartment complex, house, what have you, that you want to move into, get it. You gonna cleanse your jar, smoke cleanse your jar with an incense, a smudge stick, what have you. Then you're gonna throw that picture of the said house, apartment that you want at the bottom of the jar. Then if you have the dirt from the property that you want to rent, own, lease, whatever you call it, throw it in there. You want that at the bottom with the picture, and you'll know why in a couple seconds. Throw your herbs in there, then fill the rest of the jar with sugar. Smoke cleanse and worldly cleanse your key because you're going to be using it in that said sugar. Stick the key on top of the sugar as if you are unlocking a door. Visualize you moving into your new places. Then read Proverbs 24, verse 3 through 4 directly into the jar. Every day, go taste your sugar or put it in your tea or coffee and repeat that verse. Now, if you are not religious in that way, you can replace it with affirmations about your new home. And every time you use that sugar, you may have to top it off a couple times, but make sure you repeating those affirmations or verses. And once you're in the house, take that sugar that's left over and bake something with it in your new home. And take that photo and those ingredients and plant it. Either bury it in your yard or put it in a pot of soil and plant a plant on top of it. Enjoy your new houses. I teach my patrons stuff like this every day. So if you're interested, come and join me on Patreon. The link is in my bio.
Hi, Anne here from Coven of Gaia, and I'm going to talk you through a spell to burn away an enemy. So sometimes there are going to be people in your life with whom you just cannot get along with, and they seem to have nothing better to do than try to make your life as complicated as possible. Ignoring them is always the best plan, but that might not always work, especially if there's gossip involved, but you don't have to put up with this. And a very powerful way to sever the ties is to burn the person out of your life. And I don't mean setting fire to them, that's frowned upon. So what you actually do is you will write the person's name on a piece of paper, because it's going away from you. You will fold it away from you. And then with a little magnifying glass, outside in the sun, you will use the magnifying glass and the power of the sun to set fire to the paper until it has all gone, and then scatter the ashes to the wind. If you haven't got any sun where you are right now, Again, it's all in the intent and burning the person and burning the severing the ties of the person. So you can always put it in flames and burn it that way. Don't forget to like and follow. Check out our TikTok shop or our website shop, and have a very blessed day.
I have a super simple ritual for you. It is going to allow you to get rid of that toxic person from your life. It is not going to hurt anybody, but it's just going to make them go away. So you might use it if you have somebody stalking you, making your life a misery, maybe a toxic boss, you name it. The items that you need to conduct your ritual is 1 lemon. You also need some nails, and you need a piece of paper. You're going to write their name on a piece of paper. After you've written their name on it, you need to fold it away from you to make it smaller. Make sure you're folding away from you. Next, you're gonna slice your lemon and put the name inside. Next, you drive your nails through the lemon, piercing. Close your eyes, imagine the person standing in the front of you, and say these words 3 times. I release you from your soul contract. I'm invisible to you. Lastly, you simply bury this lemon in a garden.
On today's episode of Basic Witch Bitch Shit, I'm gonna show you how to set up an altar for a deity, for a spirit guide, for an ancestor, whoever the fuck you're talking to in the middle of the night, okay? So grab a vessel. If you don't have a vessel, just do it on your fucking table. Then grab a candle. That candle should match the color of whatever deity, spirit guide, whatever the fuck you're doing, okay? Now find an essential oil that matches the intention as well. You're gonna anoint literally fucking everything, so grab a paintbrush too so you don't get oil all over yourself. Find a crystal that matches. Anoint it, put it on there. Something that reminds you of them. Anoint it, put it on there. A spell jar using items that they like. Anoint it, put it on there. Find an herb that they like as well. I'm using frankincense for Hades. For his specific spell jar, if you wanted to know, I use elderberry, angelica, rosemary, and smoky quartz. And then I put a little amulet on there that I want him to charge for me, so that way when I wear it, I feel his energy with me, because Hades got some badass energy, bitch. Okay? But yeah, that's it. Might do Aphrodite just for another example, but this should help, at least.
Now you're doing is trying to reach in. Remember where it's at. Remember where I told you can grab it from. Okay, it's starting to work. Now you're just giving it a direction.